Hi, Shelley. It's good
Hello.
to see you back. How are you doing?
Well, I had a rough week, to tell you the truth.
Really? Why did you have a rough week?
I just felt, I didn't feel right. I felt anxious and tense, and I couldn't sleep. I just didn't feel right.
So you felt anxious.
Yes, I felt anxious. Yes, that's right.
What brought upon the feelings of being anxious?
Well, you know, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know if it's problems at work, problems at home, problems at school, people driving in the car. I mean, I'm not sure. I just have an overall feeling of anxiety.
So this did not come up in our last session last week.
Yeah.
What happened? What did you do between then
I've
and
been
now?
trying to think about that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I have an upcoming business trip I have to take, and to Philadelphia.
Oh.
And I feel anxious. Maybe I feel anxious around that. I'm not sure.
Philadelphia. Do you like Philadelphia?
Oh yes, it's very nice.
And do you like what you're doing?
Yes, very much.
So, you like where you're going, you like what you're doing.
Uh-huh.
Is the travel?
You know, I'm beginning to wonder if it's something about the travel that doesn't make me feel quite not right. I mean, you know, there was just this crisis on television about this airplane that disappeared, and it kind of makes me feel, I keep watching the television and wondering how could an airplane just disappear?
Right. When was the last time you flew?
About a month ago.
And how was that for you?
It was fine. I mean, there wasn't much bumpiness, and I got there okay, and I got off and on the plane, but now I just sort of feel like things aren't quite right.
And do you know what brought that on? You said that you heard about stories.
Well, yeah, maybe, I mean, I don't know. Is it crazy to think that, you know, like a news story like that, a plane disappearing, could make me feel anxious about maybe that could happen again? Like, they really don't know what happened.
Right. So,
I think they can't find that plane, so you know.
you did not feel this way or come about this last week's session. You said you went on you flew about a month ago,
Yes.
and you said that was fine.
Yes.
So between then and now, it sounds like you are having trouble with the story that you heard on the news about the plane disappearing.
Yes. You know, that might be it. I could be feeling that way because of that. I'm just not quite sure.
And did you ever hear what happened with the plane? Did it have in the story? Did they?
Well, it was a plane of people flying, and they just like took off at night, and in the middle of the night, the thing disappeared, and they looked in the ocean and couldn't find it. They looked everywhere, they couldn't find it. And you know, I'm afraid like it could, maybe somebody's landed that plane somewhere, and it could be like used for terrorism or something. They could put a nuclear bomb on it, and we could all just be, you know, like waiting for something to happen.
Right. So that brings up those kind of thoughts of what could be, and those are natural things to feel after being touched by such.
Well, I mean, should I feel like being afraid to go on a plane?
Not well. I see why you feel the way you do, and you have every right to be concerned, but you've told me before, you've flown
Yes.
all the time, and
I did.
and you've had very few problems. You flew a month ago. And
That's right. It's true.
And while you had no issues, now you heard a story and now you're scared.
Yeah. Do you think that I'm scared because I'm not thinking about this in the right way, or maybe my thoughts are exaggerated? I mean, it's, you know, does it seem right to you?
I think the initial reaction of being concerned is right.
I was concerned, yes.
And do you feel though that your reaction to not wanting to fly, is that something that you think would go hand in hand with it?
Well, you know, I had it before. I had a problem like that before about being afraid to fly, like after 911. I didn't fly for a long time after 911. I just couldn't make myself get on a plane. I was just too scared. I was afraid something could happen that I couldn't control.
Yeah, how long did it take you to be able
It
to
took
fly?
me a long time to get back on planes, and now I've been back on planes, and I've been flying, and everything has been fine. But I think that, maybe this new story, I mean, a plane just disappearing out to nowhere, maybe that's brought up old feelings or something.
Okay, so do you think your plane is going to go down?
Oh dear,
Or
I hate to think
disappear?
about that. It just makes me like my heart beat fast to think about that.
Right, well,
I feel afraid.
if we take a moment and just think about all the times you've flown, and has your plane ever disappeared before?
No, it hasn't.
Yeah.
No, most of the times I'm on a plane, everything goes just fine. That's, I get on, I get off.
Yeah.
So, nothing happens. But something could happen.
Yes, and something probably could happen when you're here with me too today, driving your car and.
So the fact that I feel afraid and anxious, maybe just because of it, that like I heard of something and it reminded me of being afraid. Do you think that could be it? That maybe when I really think about it, it's not likely to happen.
Yeah, oh,
And
no.
nothing's likely to happen.
No, I really think you need to take some time and think about this. And while you're avoiding it, and it sounds like you don't want to look at it, I would like to see you look at what you think is going to happen.
Yes.
But then look at the possibility of that happening. And I don't know. I heard about that story. I did, but I don't know what kind of plane it was. I know what they were doing, and for what you've been doing, and you've been doing for years and years and years, it has not happened. So I want
You're right.
So I want you to face what you think could happen, and then take check in that possibility of that happening.
So you mean I have unrealistic fears?
I mean, I feel that it's not. It's a. What's that?
Well, do you think that like what I'm feeling is out of proportion? Is that what you're saying?
I think the initial thought and the way you view it is natural, but not wanting to fly though, and after the general concern, I think you need to just focus on why you feel that way, and go back to 9/11, 911, and you go back to how you felt then, and how many times you've flown since then, and think about, has your plane been terrorized or anything of the sorts, and just realize that the possibilities of this happening. Not saying that you shouldn't feel that way, but just look at it all as factuals. What's the facts that this is going to happen, and take in the fact that maybe their plan is different, maybe they're doing something differently, maybe they're going over all the way across the world. Who knows? But it's.
So you mean it's like out of my control?
It is.
What
And you.
What happens is out of my control. But maybe if I could make myself not feel so anxious about things that aren't likely to happen. Is that what you're saying?
And you told me you believe in God and the Holy Trinity as a Christian.
Yes.
How do you think that would play into this
I guess
situation?
God would take care of me, whatever. If I died, I died. I guess I would be taken care of.
And what do you? All right.
Well, thanks.
This
For trying to help me.